My name is Cisco DeVries. I'm the CEO and founder of Renew Financial. This all began with me looking to get solar on my house and then looking for city tools that I could use to help solve this problem, both for me but also for other people who wanted to save money and save energy but did not have the upfront cost. You know, when I first started working on the idea for PACE, I was convinced that somebody would have thought of this before. It didn't seem like it was that far out of what we already do at local governments. And when I talked to people who had been working in municipal bonds and municipal lawyers and others who work on this, they got it pretty quickly. They said, oh, look, I understand how this law could work in this way. That's really interesting. Let's try and figure it out. But outside of that little bubble, everybody thought I was nuts. The idea that a local government could somehow put this on a property tax bill and then we would come back and have that repaid over years, that was not something that outside of a very small group of sort of municipal finance dorks anybody had any sense was possible. So I think there was definitely a degree of incredulity when I first began with the PACE concept. But that shifted gears very quickly because the media figured it out even before a lot of other people did, and we started to get a lot of attention well before the city of Berkeley was ready to launch its very first PACE program. The word kind of got out and we started to get some attention around it. The banner headline of the San Francisco Chronicle one morning was Berkeley's Radical Solar Plan. And the iPhone didn't stop ringing after that happened. So I think that there were a few key people along the way who got it. And then the rest had to be convinced. But once we crossed that first threshold of getting into the media, of getting the first programs going, it took off like wildfire, and then it became, I think, second nature. If you ask people in public opinion surveys, they like energy efficiency. The problem is, most people don't have an energy efficiency problem that they've identified. They have, as we'd say, a warm beer or a cold shower problem. Something's broken, something needs fixing. So for most people in the country, they're not going to be convinced to do something because they've been told about energy efficiency. They're going to solve a problem that they have, and PACE is going to be a tool to solve that problem. So they're going to say, my energy bills are too high. PACE is a mechanism to help me fix that. Great. They're going to say, my house is cold on a winter's day. I need a new furnace. PACE will help fix that. And increasingly then, as we start to put all of those pieces together, PACE will help to finance all of those projects at once. But from a homeowner's perspective or a business owner's perspective, what they're going to be getting is cheaper power that makes them more comfortable, that improves their air, and of course has an environmental benefit. But for the most part, we're not trying to convince people to do something good for the environment. We're trying to get them to solve a problem that you have in a way that will end up being very good for the environment and for our society as a whole. It is refreshing in a time of great political divide and in many cases some political anger that we can come together on a policy that really helps communities, that really brings people together and that solves problems for folks in a way that isn't political.